All right, everybody. We are back, and we're back with a little Tops. Little package from Tops here. Tops is getting silly at the way they take this stuff up. Look, that right there wasn't even... Was it? Okay, they folded it over like that right there to do that. Still a little silly. I reckon they fold that over so this side will get bubble wrap, kind of like a little extra cushion. Okay, whatever. But anyway. We have Tops Living set. This is from the WWE Tops Living set. And this is going to be from the Thanksgiving week. Okay? All right. Now let's take us back as we're opening this to the very first Survivor Series. We led up to this thing, and if you was a wrestling fan, you seen this big old egg the whole month of Survivor Series. And it was leading up. The egg was supposed to hatch. That's right. We love wrestling over here. The egg was supposed to hatch at Survivor Series. At that pay-per-view, we've seen the debut of The Undertaker at that Survivor Series. And we also seen that egg hatch. And when that egg hatched, everybody was thinking it's going to be Ric Flair. It's going to be Ric Flair. It could be anybody, but Ric Flair just left NWA. It's going to be Ric Flair. I don't know what they was planning, but it was not Ric Flair. Instead, it was Hector Guerrero. Hector Guerrero dressed. Dang, this ain't even it. All that story for nothing. Anyway, pause that story, and we'll go back to that next week when we get to Thanksgiving set. All right. Scratch that. Too late to start the video over because I done opened them. All right, here we go. The Rock and his pops. Soulman, Rocky Johnson. I remember watching Rocky Johnson when I was little. Of course, I didn't know. Of course, The Rock was little too, so I didn't know he was the pops of The Rock. But, yeah, Soulman, Rocky Johnson. Let's see what we got. Of course, he married the High Chief, Peter Maivia's daughter, which is The Rock's mom. All right, let's see what we got here. Soulman Rocky Johnson broke countless barriers during his WWE career. A multi-time tag team champion, Johnson joined with the I never could say The Rock's last name. Did I say that right? Family by marrying the daughter of the High Chief, Peter Maivia. Johnson paved the way for future African-American superstars. He was inducted, choked up. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame by his son, The Rock, in 2008. All right, little backstory right here for me personally. 2008, WrestleMania was in Orlando, Florida. Me and my wife went to WrestleMania in Orlando, Florida. The night before, we went to the Hall of Fame. I seen the Soulman Rocky Johnson be put in the Hall of Fame. It was my first and maybe, I'm pretty sure The Rock come out at that WrestleMania. My first time seeing The Rock in person. Matter of fact, if he didn't come out at that WrestleMania, it was my only time seeing The Rock. But yeah, he inducted his father into the WWE Hall of Fame, and it was awesome. I remember we was up in the we had the cheapest seats possible. We was up in the very top section, and if you watch that back on DVD, way off, you can hear some fans saying, Rocky Cena, they're doing the clap, Rocky Cena, like that, like we was telling The Rock to come back to fight Cena, and he kind of looks up at the people, and we started cheering. So, but yeah, he did acknowledge our little small section up in the very top. So yeah, that was pretty sweet. And of course, The Rock. I first started seeing The Rock back in somewhere around 1995. He wrestled for the Memphis Wrestling USWA, where Jerry the King Lawler was. Dundee and all of them, you know, it's PG-13, all those guys. But yeah, The Rock came through that territory first, and his name there was Flex Kavana, or Flex Kavana, one of the two. But anyway, so he didn't stay there long. He was tag team champions with, I know the guy's name just as good as I know my own, but I can't think of it now for nothing. But anyway, he was tag team champions in USWA. Then he pops up on, was it Survivor Series where The Rock debuted also? May have been. But anyway, he debuted, and he might not have debuted there, but his first Survivor Series, Soulman Rocky Johnson was out in the crowd, and I remember at the end of that match, he got in the ring and he was helping Rocky fight his battle. So yeah, it's a sweet set. Tops really hit it big with this one. On their way out, we know they don't have the licenses no more, but they really hit it big doing The Rock and the Soul Man. And as I started leading into this at the start of the video, next week will be the week of Thanksgiving. We have our Thanksgiving tops now, WWE cards coming, and it's going to be a wild one. That's it. Get on out, get yourself some, collect what you like, for sure.